Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Right, once again I'm sitting in my Chrysler C300. First and foremost, I'd like to thank you guys for all your fantastic comments on my install of an Android unit, having taken out the original radio and satellite navigation system, because when they go wrong they cost a lot of money to put right. So today it's about the heater control dash panel bulbs. You know, when you're driving along in the dark and you want to turn your heater up or down, or change it from dash panel to face to feet, whatever, you need to see where the controls are, and these bulbs are prone to blowing. Right now, I've already done this modification twice before, so when I say it's quite a common fault, I think I'm talking with experience. Right? It's not a massive job. Now, what you're going to need to do this job is, first, you will need some sort of small screwdriver. This is to help you take off the dial knobs on the front. So we'll put that down there. And then you will need a 4mm socket type wrench. I have a screwdriver type with a socket in the end, and it's part of one of these sets. Now, I think I acquired this off eBay for, I don't know, somewhere between £8 and £10, but there's pretty much everything in there you could possibly want, including strip down kit for your mobile phones if you happen to break the glass and blah blah blah. Anyway, back to the car. So once you have these two pieces of equipment, you then need the bulbs. Now, these bulbs, you buy them, you can find them online in packs of 5. And when you're doing a search, I got these off eBay, you'll see a picture of the heater control unit. Okay, now in this package, I'm not going to open them yet, but you will see them later. There are 5 bulbs and 5 blue rubber silicone covers. Now, the silicone covers, they pretty much last a long time. So if you've never done it before, go out and buy these and you will get spare covers. As I said, I've done this before, so I have spare covers. But again, I have paid £10 for 5 Edison light bulbs. See that name? Edison light bulbs. I tried finding dash panel bulbs and capsule bulbs and wired bulbs and soldering bulbs. I used every catchphrase possible to try and track these bulbs down from another source. Eventually I found it, and they are Edison incandescent filament rice bulbs. Now there's a mouthful. All right, Edison incandescent filament rice, as in rice that you eat, bulbs. And then I found them. Now I've ordered a packet of 10, and that is costing me, I think it's about £5.29, and they are going to be shipped in all the way from China. Right, now I purchased these first, and then I went on to a mission to find these bulbs. So in the future I have got 10 spare bulbs, and I will also have spare blue covers which match the illumination of the dash panel. Right, so once you have your bulbs, your screwdriver, your socket, you will also need a soldering iron. Now, if you are not a person that can solder or enjoy solder or whatever, then phone a friend. It's not a difficult job, you will see. If you have a friend or family that can do a little bit of sensitive soldering, and I will show you how sensitive this is, then by all means give them a shout, and you can approach this yourself, no problems. So I'm going to move the camera now so that you can actually see me stripping down the dash panel, and I'm going to do my best to show you and talk you through the whole thing. So sit back, chill out, grab a cup of tea, and if you're having a dash panel problem, this is your first step towards rectifying those lights. Let's go. Right then guys, first step. You have your control knobs. Let me move my phone charger out of the way, and I will also unplug it because that's connected to my system. Now, in order to get these knobs off, if you just pull them, you're going to break them. Turn them all the way to the left, to the off position, all of them. Once they're off, and sometimes you may have to use a screwdriver, but as you can see, they pull off quite easily. If you've got to start really tugging on these things, then maybe you've got them in the wrong position. Okay, so that is off. Worst case scenario, sometimes you have to put a little screwdriver in just to give them a little flick, especially if they've not been off before, and away you go. Right, so they're off. Here we go. Right, now this has been off before, and you have clips down here at the bottom and you have clips at the top. So I'm going to pull the bottom out because my bottom clips are pretty much gone for the moment. I have to order some more. And the top, here we go, we'll just pop it out. So that's it. So that's popped out. Our panel is now out. Right, now let me try and show you. Inside, if we go inside, on the bottom here, you have one plug, and on the other side you have two plugs. Now I have to be a bit careful because, as you can see, let me pull this out again. As you can see, I have a broken hand and thumb, so I'll tell you what, let's just rest you down for a moment, and let's just put you there for a moment. I know it's a weird angle and I don't even know if it's going to stay there. No, it's not. So we'll put you there, and I'm going to remove this. As long as I don't knock my thumb, I should be okay. All right, so it's perk of the job being a mechanic. I crushed and broke my thumb. So let's go back to our plugs. So if we go in here, as you can see on the top, there are little tags, and they push up and down, up and down, up and down. You have to push it down and then pull the plug out. Same on there, up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay, when you've done those, you switch to the top, and there is one. Where are we? Here on the back of the clock, and that lock is underneath, and there's another plug just underneath that, a black one, and you have to do the same again. The black one is for, where are we? These switches here. So behind these switches, there's another multi-plug. All right, so we have to unplug those, and then this panel will lift out of the way. So let me just try and position you, because I'm working in my car and it's not the easiest. So let me put my good hand in and see. One plug out. Okay, so we'll move. Two plug out. Get my finger in underneath. That's not happening very well, so let's turn it upside down, and we can pop that there. That one's off. Push our tag in there and pull that one off. Here we go. So now, as you can see, I have the whole thing in my hands. All right, let me turn this around. So the clock, plug number one. Just below it, plug number two. If you have clock illumination problems, there's that bulb, and you twist them with a screwdriver and pull them out. Okay, on the bottom, on the heater, you have that plug and you have that plug. And what we're going to do now, on each corner, there, 1, 2. I don't know how this is going to work out. I've got one good hand. Let me switch that to a wider view. Okay, so if we come on here and we go, we'll take these out. 1. Make sure you keep these and put them safe. Close that ashtray down there and just put them in front of the ashtray. And then we go 2. This is real time, by the way. There's no fast forwarding here. It's we play as we go. Okay, 3. Don't worry if the camera screen's not all leveled up. Do we care? As long as we get the information that we need and get our job done. And 4. Okay, so come on, number 4. This is almost certainly going to stay with the unit. Okay, so there's number 4. And we take that out. There is our heater unit. And this can go up here. Okay, so now I'm pretty much doing this one-handed. So as you can see, it's not the most difficult job in the world. So that screw was decided to stay there. So this is where it can get a little bit iffy. We have, again, because I'm one-handed, we're going to go, there's a little locking tab there, there and there. Right? And what I have found, oh, this is different. If I just put the screwdriver in and do that and do that, you can hear it, you can feel it, you can see it moving. Okay, that's that one. And then spin it over. If I get this off one-handed, I'm going to be gobsmacked. Okay, so, and then we've got another one here, and we go like there. Come on. Come on. Okay, what I need to do is have my other hand, and I will do my best. So let me try and put you back where you may be able to see what we're doing. And right, so let's go there. So we have the bottom. Pop it, pop it, pop it. Okay, popped. Now this is where it gets a bit tricky with a knackered thumb. And then I've got it. Here we go. Here we go. That's just lifted. I went straight in the end, and I cannot squeeze at all with my left hand. If I do, you'll hear me scream and I'll be straight down the doctor's. Okay, so the back is now off. As you can see, there's only one way it will go on, because you have the pins for the plugs. Okay, pins, plugs. Right, so we'll just rest that down there. And here you have your control panel. And we'll just lift that out like so. Okay. Now, here you can see I've taken that off. I've actually replaced these 2 bulbs already. I only had 2 spare bulbs, so I've got to do that one, and that one. Okay, so there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bulbs here. All right. This little plastic piece in here that does come out, as you can see, over the years she's got a little bit brown and scored, but it works. Once you've got your bulbs in place, you are going to offer that over the top and make sure that all the bulbs sit inside nicely, and then we can put it all back together. So for now, I'm going to turn this back out. I'll just stick it in there like that. And let's go to the garage. Okay, so we'll go to the garage, get the soldering iron out, and we'll do the rest. Right then, guys, so here we are at the bench. I've removed my silicone tip. I'll put that down there out of the way. Now what you have to be careful of is when you're trying to remove, if you're not careful, you'll pull your wiring out. All right, so that That is a bad move, but it's savable, let's not worry. So you need your soldering iron and your fluxed solder. So let's just make sure this is hot enough. Yes, it is. And what we are going to do is get our bulb into a position where we can get some heat onto the solder there, on the bulb, some onto the solder, and there we go. Pull it off. Okay, so there we have, our bulb is now off, and at this point I will pull off the blue cover because we need that. A lot easier with two hands. Okay. So I have both of those. And again, we have that one, and we need this one off. Okay, so we're just going to gently pull it on the bulb. Be careful because things get hot real quick. All right, so that's loosened one side. So I think I've just knocked you, so let's try and reposition you. Okay. This is not the easiest trick in the book. Okay. Because I'll keep headbutting my phone. Right, so here we go again. And we'll just put a little bit of heat on the solder, pushing to one side. The bulb is off. Look at that. Job is a good one. Right, so we'll put our bulbs down there. Now if you notice the length, if you can see, of the wire legs, they're not very long at all. They're probably 5mm. Let's get rid of the old bulb, and we'll open up our new bulbs with a little help from my my side cutters. There we go. Let's open that. Being very, very careful of my thumb. God damn it. Alright, now if you notice, on the new bulbs, the wires are quite long. Alright, so feel free to twist them out like so, opposite each other. Okay, can you see that? Da, da, da. I don't know if you can see that. Da, da, da. Yeah, we'll do our best anyway. And then you haven't got to be crucial, but let's pop it off a little bit longer than we think we're going to need it. Okay, we're going to need 3 of those. 1, come on, me beauty. 2, 3. Now that again leaves me 2 spare bulbs. So we're going to pop these out like so and cut them a little bit longer than we think we're going to need them. 1, 2. So there's 2 bulbs. 1, 2. The final bulb is here. Okay, and we'll chop that there. 1 and 2. Right, now add. Okay, so there we have 3 bulbs. Now, what we need to make sure is that we can actually get these bulbs to fit. So where they have come off, put a bit of solder on your soldering iron and just, here we go, that's stuck. Just gently put a blob of solder, because you're going to need it. 1. Let's turn this around a little bit. Don't know if you can see. Guess we got light reflections everywhere. Okay, this is me trying to do a good. Okay, there we can see. So we have our solder. This isn't working very well. Stay. Thank you. Move. Now, we're going to put a little bit of solder on there, a little bit of solder on there. And this is the one that's moved. So we don't worry too much about it moving, but we're going to put solder on it, and we're going to put solder on it. Okay, there's nothing stopping you when you got it together, putting a little bit of glue on there to hold it down. Okay, so bulb number 1. Let's see if we can. Okay, so we're looking at it. The legs are a little bit long. You don't want them to foul on other parts of the electrics. Otherwise, all sorts of weird stuff can happen. All right, and don't forget, I have spare bulbs just in case I get this wrong. Now, don't try and get the bulbs pointing directly up, because it's going to be a pain. Okay, so that's just soldered that, you see. So I'll remove the leg on top of the ball of solder, and I put the soldering iron on, and it softens it, and we let it go, and that will cool. And then we just push our bulb up. Look at that. Job's a good one. Again, let's just have a look at our legs. Okay, we can afford to take some more off those. So we'll have that one, and we'll take that one. Again, let's try and turn this around a bit. Now we'll just almost set light to myself. Be careful of these soldering irons, they get exceedingly hot, exceedingly fast. Okay. And we will go. Okay. Come on. Soldering iron. Come. Okay, 1. 2. Okay, and then we have 1 more to go. Again, let's have a look at our distance. Yes, we can take a fair amount off those, and we'll take that off there. Boom. Whoops. A little bit off there. Okay, so let's see what we got. We can go on there. That's that one. And then we'll come over to the other one, and we'll now that one is sitting a little bit low, so I've got to be careful not to pull out. And we need to bring that up there like that, and that is connected. We don't need any glue. All right, so let us just have a look at this. So now we put this on here, and we get our diffuser, and we make sure that we haven't broken anything. We put that over there, and everything is where it should be. That bulb's in there, that bulb's in there, and that bulb's in there. Right, so now what we can do is a gentle, just lick it with your tongue, put a bit of water in, there you go. Just lick the end, it's silicone, there you go. And I need one more diffuser. One more diffuser. Well, sorry, it's not a diffuser. It's a colour screen. Okay. So now, as you can see, if I put this on here, the bulbs should sit where we want them. And there you have it. Okay. So at this point, get the front of your heater and just lay it over the top. Hold them together and spin it. All right. You will see in the corner here that there's holes where you can actually screw stuff together, but we don't have to do that. And I haven't, as you notice, I haven't taken any screws out. So we've got that. Get the backing like so. There's the backing. We have our pins, we have our holes. So put the holes over the pins like so. Okay. And without using your knackered thumb, just squeeze. You will hear it click together. And there you have your heater panel, hopefully ready to go. Now, there are people out there that will put a live and an earth and check the bulbs before we go in the car, but I can't be asked to set that lot up. So really, I'm going to plug it in and try it. Now, you don't have to mount it back in the panel to try it. All you have to do, take it to the vehicle, plug that in, and turn your lights on and see what happens. So let's go and we'll see how this works. Okay, back in the car. Right, so this is what we have. You have your plugs and your plug sockets. So if we can just plug this back in here, one, and two. Hopefully when I turn my lights on, we have lights there, we have lights there. Let's have a look. Can you see? Oh, hang on a moment. You should be able to see green lights everywhere. There you go. So thank God that is done. All I have to do now, let me turn the lights off so you can see. There you go. Back on. Back off. Okay. So all I have to do now is put this back together, which is only 4 screws, 4 knobs, and clip it back into place. Okay, so there we are. We're almost done. All we need to do now is to put our knobs back on. Now don't forget, as I said before, turn these knobs all the way to the left, because while you're working on them you will move them. Okay, so once you've got that, if you can see, the center is a D shape, and in the middle the center is a D shape. Line the D to the D and the pointer to the off position, or the auto in that case. Again, with all of the knobs, there we go, you've got your D and your marker, so line them up and just a little, there we go, and you just, where are we? That's on. That went on that easily, I didn't even notice it. Okay, again, that's there we go, that's why. So all the way to the left, and that will go a little bit more. Okay, so this one, where are we? D to the D, D to the D. Come on, it's not very easy when you're working one-handed and you can't quite get your fingers in. All right, and your hands disabled. Tell you what, let me work out what's going on. I know what's going on. That's the other big knob. That's why it went so bloody easily. Pardon my French. Right, so that goes on that. And the other ickle one, here we go, will go on there, like so. And then this big one that I just lost and refound, that will go on the other one. There we go. And there we have all of our controls. That's it. Notice that it didn't quite turn. And now just push it in a little bit more. So hopefully now, and I don't know if you'll see it through what we've got, but if I can try and turn on the lights, you're probably not going to see a fat lot out there. Now, you can't see a fat lot in this light, but trust me, it is there. Okay, so make sure you've reconnected everything. I've just got to reconnect my my phone charger up, and that's it, done, finished. Da, da, da. Right then, so there you have it. I've had to undo my coat. Excuse me. It's an autumn day here in the UK, and all of a sudden I'm sweating. The sun's shining. It's quite beautiful out there. So my panel is back in place. My lights work. My thumb is re-protected, and now it's growling at me a little bit, but these things have to be done. So yeah, don't be scared of it. Obviously, if you are not mechanically minded, then find somebody that is, or failing that, just find yourself a reputable garage and ask them to do it for you. So tops, absolute tops. If they charge you 2 hours labour, then yeah, I could go for that. But personally, I wouldn't want to go any more than 2 hours labour. You can do it in an hour easily. So 2 hours allows for a bit of fiddling about, stripping down gently so they don't damage any clips, break any panels. So enjoy. I hope this is of some use to you. And I know it's not the best video in the world. I'm working in confined spaces with a broken thumb and no camera guy. That's what I need. I need a camera guy. That would help no end, wouldn't it? So, guys, be safe. Look after each other. And until the next time, we'll do it all again. Bye-bye.